Hi my friend, how are you? It's Pat Sloan here with my daily video. I want to talk about UFOs and finishes for June. Now, I usually do that on Friday, but I decided to do it today instead. So did you download your calendar for June? You've got the June calendar. If you didn't download it yet, the links are below. And when you're there, hit that subscribe button for me. Then we can be friends. So here is the projects that we're doing. So these two are together in one document, but also in another document, I have the project completion sheet if you want to do one of these to track what you finish in June. So what happened to me in May, see there's May and I added June because basically I didn't finish any UFOs in May. May was one of those months where I did other projects. So I didn't get to do any of these to finish them up, which is fine. So I just rolled over for June. I have the same things. I have the binding for the Hope quilt, the typewriter binding. I have the blue blocks to put together, cross stitch, blah, blah, blah. There's the list. It's the same list as last month. But this month I intend to get a few of those done, and that will be super good. How's your list going? Do you have one for each month? Are you doing it like this? Let me know. Let me know how you're handling your UFOs. There's a few of you are like a UFO, like you're just like on a roll. That's what you're working on. So let me know what you're doing. Okay, the other thing that I have been trying to get a hold of so it doesn't get out of control are those scraps and those strings. So I'm doing the string blocks, and I decided that I needed to figure out this mess. I'm going to put a picture up right here of what's in here because I'm starting to, it may not look messy to you, but you know, these pile up fast, and I started working on them last night. So I took all the lights that were in there and I basically made one long strip so that I can do those strip blocks. So some of them are, you know, just a strip of fabric, but then what I did is I took a lot of small pieces and I sewed them together, and then I took a lot of long pieces and sewed them to get new width. So here I'm just doing, you know, chunking the pieces along on the ends, but here I took long pieces because they were skinny, like look at that dot in the middle, so cute, but I needed to make it wider to fit on here. So I can do this whole length now, and if you've forgotten what the block is, I should have brought it over, but here are the blocks. So I'm using the the May Old School Block of the Month by Natalie, which is pretty much a square. You take a square, you cut it in half, and then you need 4 of those to get 2 blocks so that you can have some dark in the center and one with light in the center. But I needed strips. I need strips to do this. And because what you saw was in this bin, this rolling assistant here, the strips are not, you know, they're small. I might have, of course, I'm going to pick something up that's not, but here, like I have a lot of pieces that look like this, which are great for doing these crumb blocks, doing these things, but not for doing these. You know, so doing the strip blocks, I need length. So I just made length. I just sewed them together and sewed them together and sewed them together to make length. But I also have this group of crumb blocks, which are just using the little pieces as is, and they are coming along. So I have a couple of them here, and now these have to go in the big stack, which I need to go look at, see how big is that stack. It is getting pretty big. And I have 2 that I'm working on. So these 2 are in progress here. So as I take these little chunk pieces like this, sew a few together to make a, you know, make a unit across. But last night I really got to thinking, well, I can make these long strips, and I have this one in progress. Here's another picture of the black that's in progress. I'm trying to use up all those little black pieces and get them into a strip to sew next to this one so that I have pieces like these. Ta-da! So I'm kind of loving this when it's late and I don't have, you know, I don't want to think, I don't want to be precise. That's the other thing. I don't want to be precise. You know, if I'm sewing at 10:30 at night or 10 o'clock at night, usually by 10:30 I'm done. But 10 o'clock at night, I don't want to have to be super precise because that's just a little too late. I'm tired. I just want to push some fabric through, press it open, you know, just do something really mindless. And these are just perfect for that. They're working out really well. But I have to keep on top of it because if I leave it go for a little bit, you know, it just doesn't happen and it's it becomes a big stack. I did go through, I needed to make space in my light bin, and when I did that, I went through and grabbed, oops, I went through and grabbed out a bunch of lights that don't have much on them and are maybe things that, like, here's like a novelty print, you know, older things that in, you know, this is not a very big piece here, and I actually have a lot more of this. So that was my criteria, and here's just one skinny piece, you know. So I got these out to make room so I could put something else in that bin because I just only have so much space here, so I have to move things out. So there you go. That is my group to cut up into strips and squares and figure out what to do with them. And two more things. I have my bow tie wreath together. So this is the wreath project we're making this month. One of our friends left a comment saying, well, I guess they weren't being able to visualize that the wreath is here because it's not curves. So this is a wreath for people who like to do patchwork, and it's really cute. It's just bow tie blocks, which are super easy to do, super forgiving. There's not a lot of things you have to match up. Now I will be building it out to have the outer edge. That's the next part. Okay, drum roll. We are on the next day of the book tour, my holiday book tour, and we are on day 4 with my buddy Scott Hansen. So Scott, I'm going to sit down here. Scott and I have been friends for such a long time. He is a great guy. He is super creative. I love his sense of color. Scott is not afraid of fabric and mixing fabrics. He likes to take lots of very exuberant fabrics, deep tones, rich tones, and he puts those all together. And he works in, you know, he likes to work with a lot of his things out and about. That's what inspires him. So his area is always very colorful and very full of life. And also, I've had a chance to, of course, meet Scott at the trade shows, and we've been in different projects together over the years, so it's been really great. I've had a chance to meet his wife when she came with him. She's also a creative person. She does clothing, Linda, and so it was super nice to ask him on this. I also had a chance one year when I was out visiting my publisher, Martingale. Scott lives fairly close to there. So one morning I had time in the morning, and so he came in and met me for breakfast and at the hotel I was staying at, which was a really funky hotel in an old school. They took a schoolhouse and everything was really quirky and neat. So here's a picture of Scott and I that day because we were trying to look like American Gothic, our version of American Gothic. In the dining room. So, I don't know. We were goofing around. It was really fun. But you're going to love Scott's work. This is my favorite piece of his. It is New Glory. It's called New Glory, his sort of Americana piece, which is, I think, full of life and full of motion. And look at where you could use your scraps. Don't you see that? Oh my goodness. So visit Scott today. Links are below. They're also at my website. You'll get an email if you're on my emails. If you're not on my emails, you should be. And you get to leave a comment for Scott. You can also go back and visit Andy and Jacqueline, plus the Martingale website. So if you missed, you can catch up, and the whole list is at my website. So you can go back and catch up with everybody if you missed a day or two. And I want to show you one of the things from the book. because the book projects are here at my house. So as we're going along in this tour, I'm going to be showing you a piece or two from the book. And I thought I'd start out with something dimensional today from my book, not the quilts. Imagine that, but you make it just like a quilt. So here it is. Here's the big bucket bag, and I did it in Halloween so that you could fill it up with your Halloween candy that you'll be giving out. It has a nice soft edge on it, so that means you can roll down, which gives it this super cute look. Now think about this. This could be in a lot of different fabrics. It's just what I am thinking. You could then like what if you made it, like if you made one that was red, then you could put your red scraps in it. So like you could take your red scraps, you could have a bin with red scraps in it. You could make a blue one and put your blue scraps in it, and then if you had enough space, you could put them out on a shelf. Or I was thinking I could put my cross stitch in here and it would be really cute. So if it needs to have the edges up, I could do it like that. And this is very easy. I do easy projects like this. They're not hard at all. You can do it with batting, or fusible fleece will be better. Batting is going to be soft. The edges are not going to, but anti-soft and stable is a really great fiber also to do a basket like this. Yeah, so remember next, what is it? September, next September, this coming September, we will do Happy Everything, which is a sew along. I'm going to create a sampler from the book projects, taking a little bit, a block, a portion of a project, and create a sampler, and then there'll be a few bonus little blocks in there for the sampler, and it'll be called Happy Everything, and we will sew this up this year. It'd be really fun. So I love you, my friends. Be sure to go visit Scott, who has not one but two things to show you, and I think he took something to the beach so that you can see that. He lives near the beach now, so I am just delighted for him. I love you. Mwah. See you online.